All right, welcome back to BNN. I'm your host, Saunch, as always. And in today's episode, we're going to be going through an in-depth look at the top four at this year's most recent 2022 Yamamoto Pro Cup Italy. So if you're interested and you have any comments or questions regarding the show, if you were wondering about why someone placed above someone else, hopefully this video gives you some clarity. And as always, please share your insights in the comment sections below. But let's go ahead and start off with the front double bicep. Now, when I look at this shot, I immediately kind of look away from Vlad Suhoruchko. It is not, in my opinion, his strongest pose. He doesn't really use his width to complement this shot. The way his shoulders, they almost roll forward. He's not really driving the elbows to the front to allow those lats to flare in the front. Kind of takes my eyes away from him and actually puts my eyes towards second place finisher Mohamed Emam, who placed second. Like I said, he does a great job of allowing the lats to flare in the front, as well as a very well-controlled midsection. Great, well-defined quads with the cross striations in the teardrops. Love to see that. And of course, a phenomenal set of calves on Mr. Emam here. Now, also great quad sweep, tiny midsection, great conditioning going all the way into the posing trunks. If anything, I'd like to see him just a little bit harder in the midsection. You're going to see that his conditioning wasn't 100% as we move through the other shots, but I think that he very much so dominated this shot. Now, if we think about who's going to be placing potentially second and third, I'd say Vlad here in second, just off of mass and conditioning. Great tan as well. This is going to be kind of a toss-up here between Mr. ANDREA MUZI and Jamie over here on the right. Now, I put this one third for Jamie christian-johal, just based off of the thickness in the legs, the tiny midsection, and just overall, I think a better flowing physique. Now, ANDREA MUZI in the past, I think, has done a much better job of presenting wider and thicker, more dense legs, although they are conditioned and great separation in the quads and good feathering on the outside sweep. I would like to see a thicker set of legs on him. I'm not sure if he over dieted or what exactly happened here, but the gap in the inner quad or inner thigh is definitely pulling away from his overall presentation and not allowing him to really show off the hard work as he has in other shots. Front lat spread, we're going to do a scratch as most of them did not hit the shot in their routines. And unfortunately, they did not post comparison photos of prejudging or finals. So, and I don't want to use the old prejudging shots. I wanted to use the high quality ones. So I do apologize for that. Please forgive me. Moving into the side chest here, I think this is a pretty dominant shot for the champion, Vlad Suhoruchko on the left. Great conditioning in the glutes, probably the best conditioned glutes, minus maybe Roman Fritz, as he is also well known for his conditioning. I think Vlad brought, like I said, with the glutes, crazy conditioned calves, good conditioned hamstrings. You can see the feathering as it's dropping off the glutes and the outer quad sweep there. Very thick and dense legs, great shoulders, great chest striations. He does a phenomenal job of pushing that outer delt towards the front, allowing him to look potentially wider than he historically might have been or realistically is. And that's a great veteran move from this young competitor to allow him to look thicker against some of these other competitors. And overall, just great conditioning, separation, and very, very vascular. I think that this really gives Vlad the win on this side chest. Coming in second, Mr. Emam here, Mohamed. I think he did a great job of bringing a very full package to this show. Not exactly the most conditioned package we've seen from him. I know his finishing at the Arnold Classic last year I think it was 7th where he finished there. I think he brought a much more conditioned package there. And I do believe he did the Texas before that. Those were better showings for him in terms of conditioning. As you can see, there's not a lot of separation in the hamstring or the quad. The glute isn't very dug out at all. And you can see, although he is hiding it, there is a distension in the midsection where he is, to be fair, he's probably just relaxing it here, but it is worth pointing out. Also, not a lot of conditioning and separation in the chest, delts, or biceps here, but it's good enough, I think, to win the shot just off of size. And in third, I'm going to give this one to ANDREA MUZI, just off of the fact that, and no slight to Mr. Yamamoto here, but the hamstring department is lacking on him, and it is apparent in this side shot. Although he is doing a great job of presenting a very wide presentation of himself, the delts, the arms, the chest, and even the traps, I think, are very, very well developed and presented here. And also, I want to point out he has a great conditioned and tapered midsection. He's keeping it controlled the entire time. But I would give this one to ANDREA MUZI for the third, in winning it out, Mr. Vlad, the winner, and impaler, Suhoruchko. The side tricep, a little bit of a tricky one here. Most of them didn't hit it traditionally. You can see Mohamed Emam not really turning the tricep to show off the chest or the midsection, so it makes him look very wide and blocky in the midsection, which in my opinion takes away from that overall presentation. He does have good triceps, but I think that the side tricep is only a part, or the tricep is only a part of the side tricep shot. And in my humble opinion, I'm still probably going to give this one to Vlad just off of the size and the conditioning and the glutes. He has a good set of triceps, although he doesn't present it very well. I still would probably give it to him just to be fair here. I think that he just overall dominated the show. I'm going to give the second, unfortunately, actually, I'm going to give the second one to Jamie. I looked at my notes wrong. I think Jamie actually could potentially have won this shot. I think he presented it the best way. He looks the most comfortable doing this shot. Mr. ANDREA MUZI potentially is having some midsection issues here. He's not holding the shot as confident as I'd like to see. But to be fair, he could be transitioning into that modified abs and one thigh shot that most people do, where it shows off a more front-facing package. So to be fair, that could be the situation here. But I really liked Jamie in this shot. Potentially, like I said, I think he could have won this shot overall against the winner, Vlad Suhoruchko. So definitely let me know down below, guys, how you think I'm doing so far. What are your guys' thoughts, comments, potentially critiques on my own critique and review so far of the top four pro here at Yamamoto in Italy. Moving into the rear double bicep, or the back double bicep, however you want to call it. I liked this shot for most of them. I think that Vlad Suhoruchko wins this shot off of size and conditioning. Is a good balance. Now, if it was just size, I'd give it to Mohamed Emam. And if it was just conditioning, potentially I'd give it to Jamie. I think he brought a really good shredded package of a back double bicep, although he didn't show it in this shot. This is actually from the Arnold UK of last year. But overall, love all the presentations here. I think ANDREA MUZI looked a little flat and a little shallow, again with the legs having a significant gap. Could it be posing? Could it be over dieting? Potentially. I also thought that the tan wasn't great on really anyone except Vlad. Everyone else looked kind of not as shiny as we'd like to see. I'll leave it there, but I think Vlad dominates this shot with a close mass monster second to Mr. Mohamed Emam. Rear lat spread as we continue to be finishing this up. We got two more after this one. I think Vlad wins this one. Again, size, conditioning, separation, great width on the lat spread, really presents it in a more traditional presentation, which I prefer, using the elbows to drive it upwards and really show the width and also encouraging a nice taper in the midsections as well. My personal favorite, but if you're looking for more of a rounded back, which some competitors do, Mohamed Emam does a fantastic job of presenting it in that way. Not particularly how I like it, but to each their own. I think that's a solid second for him. Not as conditioned as I'd like to see. Jamie probably is going to come out with a third place here, beating out ANDREA MUZI. Better conditioning, in my opinion, and just a better presentation. ANDREA has a lot of back acne, and I know other channels might pick this up and kind of run with it in a negative way. I'm not going to say that. Like I said with the recap of the show, this channel is all about advocating for athletes and promoting shows. And part of advocating for athletes is advocating for their health. And I hope that ANDREA MUZI maybe doesn't hear this video, but takes the lesson learned from other critiques from other channels, potentially bigger channels, and focus on the health. There is a lot of different things you can do to address acne and acne breakouts. And there's also different prescriptions that you can use to address that as well. And of course, you can always take time off from the super supplements, as that is a big indicator and adds a lot of extra unwanted acne if you follow me here. But yeah, wasn't a big fan of the back acne. It looked very present in this show, but overall liked everyone here. The Abe and Thigh, again, I think Vlad Suhoruchko for the most part wins all these shots. Better conditioned abdominals, very separated, great legs, right calves, and even showing off the nice arms. Just overall, I think just probably the best shot out of the four here in size, conditioning, and presentation. Coming in second, I'm actually going to give it to Jamie again. I think Jamie really showed how great of a bodybuilder he is, and he does a phenomenal job of representing the taller fellas and all of our UK bodybuilders. I think he does a great job showing off the phenomenal legs he has, although sometimes he does get critiqued from the back in the hamstring department, but I like him from the front. Great quad sweep, great conditioning. The cross feathering in the teardrops is always something I look for and something I appreciate when it is present. And of course, a small, tapered, and controlled midsection is always going to get you a better look here on BNN from myself. Now, in third place, I will give this to ANDREA MUZI. Overall, better conditioning, better midsection control. Although you can see a little bit of the rounding towards the underneath the belly button. I think that's just him breathing. I don't think that is fat or anything left over. Whereas the second place finisher, Mohamed Emam, not very conditioned, not very sharp, and it looks like his tan or the oil really zapped off as he finished up his routine here. Wish he would have put more oil on before stepping on stage. Finishing off this comparison, again, if you're here till the end, I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to buy merch, head over to bodybuildingnews.net and check out all the merch. I have some new stuff dropping tonight. So if you want to check that out, I will be making some myself and I'll be wearing it in the next video. So stay tuned for that. But we'll finish it up with the most muscular. And once again, Vlad Suhoruchko coming out with the win here with the first place finish, in my opinion, for the most muscular. The quads, the midsections, the delts, the midsections, the midsection, the delts, the biceps, the chest. I wish he would have popped it a little bit more, but hey, you can't get every muscle right. In second place, actually, I put ANDREA MUZI here. I thought he looked really wide and good in this shot. He was flexing the one quad very, very well, and I think this is a phenomenal shot for him. If anything, to work on the midsection and just look a little bit sharper. I did not think this was a good shot for Jamie, and I looked through the photos well enough to be fair towards everyone, and I just didn't think he hit this shot very well. But he did win, or close to winning. He got quite a few seconds here, so I think he did prove himself, like I said earlier, and rounding it off with Mohamed Emam taking the third here, just off the size and the mass, and good conditioning in the chest, although he didn't hit the shot traditionally like everyone else did. But, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my in-depth review and analysis of the top 4 at this most recent 2022 Yamamoto Pro Cup Italy. Now, if you guys want me to do any other reviews, there are 2 other classic shows, the Savannah and the Southwest Classic I would like to do. If you guys want to see some classic breakdowns of some of these classic physique competitors, please let me know in the comment sections below. And as always, like, comment, and share this video with one like-minded individual. Liking is free and sharing this content is free. It costs you nothing but your time, and I appreciate your time very much. But thanks for watching, guys. Saunch here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.